Welcome to 22-23 school year at Ray Farm STEAM Academy. And this is your music teacher, Mr. B. And I am here to introduce you to all sorts of fun things in music class. Now you can see behind me, I've got my music board, and we've got a theme of music is a connected subject. We have our music mascot, which is Octavio, the musical octopus, named after, of course, the octave scale. Now, forget that he has only 6 arms instead of 8. I'm working on that. But anyway, this is such a great board because it talks all about the different things that music has underneath the surface that wind up connecting to all the different subjects. And you can see all the different subjects being represented here. Right in the middle, we have connections with math, language, history, reading, and science. And through the year, one of the things that we're going to be doing is talking about how music is not just a great subject to study on its own, but how it's connected to everything else. Now, I'm sure you want to see what's going on in the music classroom. Let's take a tour right now. All right, going to the door. Wait a second, what is going on in here? What? Oh, it looks like a party. What? Oh my goodness. We've got some new things in the music classroom. We've got some fun party lights. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, listen, I got to turn those off so that I can get on with the rest of the interview with myself and the video. But these party lights are going to be a special treat and surprise for you guys when you earn it. Like, your amazingly good behavior will earn you this reward. And we can have dance parties and all sorts of fun things. Okay. By the way, if anyone is light sensitive or photosensitive, I'm aware of that, and this won't interfere with any of that. But okay, now let's take a little tour around the music classroom. I got some exciting, fun things to show you. Now, we've got right over here, of course, my back shelf, which has all of these great instruments in the cubby holes neatly put away there so that we can use them during the year. And then over here, I moved to this corner all of the barred instruments, the xylophones and things like that. And then moving along here, you see these colorful tubes on the wall. They're called boom whackers. Each one represents a different pitch, and they're really, really fun to play. In fact, one of the first things that we do in music class is we use boom whackers to play songs because each kid will have only one pitch that they're responsible for. And if we can team up all together and do a good song like that, then maybe we can, learn instruments that have more than one pitch. And little by little, the difficulty goes up, and you become an expert. All right, so up here we've got the music timeline of some of the most important musicians throughout music history in our part of the world. And then there are different other parts that we focus on music around the world, not necessarily music from our country or our area. And we have all sorts of drums and ethnic percussion right over here. And then we've got a new wonderful, wonderful item. This is the electric drum set. That's going to be so much fun. And maybe Mr. B can pause at this point and, I don't know, jam out a little bit. Maybe he'll do that. We'll see. And then over here, the rest of this area, a lot of it is empty. And if you can, I'll take you back here so we can take a look at it. That area is kind of dedicated towards becoming like our rock band corner. That's right. We're going to try and have like a rock band. Now, maybe not in kindergarten or first grade, but over time, you'll gain the ability to understand how to play really cool instruments and play the music that you like, and maybe even sound like a rock band. And that's pretty wonderful. I'm going to go through some other areas of music that we're going to be going, that will describe what we're doing this year. First thing is, when you come into the class, you will sit down on one of the little circles on the floor that have numbers. Now, I might be changing it up this year and putting stencils down with numbers to make it a little more permanent, but we're looking into that. It hasn't happened yet. I want to tell you about the restroom. If you need to use the restroom, first of all, I hope that you don't need to in my class. It's only 45 minutes once every 6 days. But if it's a total emergency, you will be taking the music hall pass right down there. Okay, and there's an announcement up there. All right. Then I want to talk to you about class content, and Mr. B can, fill out the details about this. Each grade, K through 5, will have a performance this year, and Mr. B will tell you a little bit more about what that means. But yeah, in public, in front of your parents, you will all have the opportunity to perform. And that's going to be absolutely wonderful. And there will be themed concerts with something that we're doing or a different time of year or something like that. And again, Mr. B will pause here and give you all the details. There are, in terms of like what will we be learning in class? Well, if you like to dance, this is the place for you. I love teaching dance, especially to K1 and 2. It's really fun. It's a great way to begin feeling the beat on the inside. And the basic idea of this entire program is we want to feel all of the important parts of music inside us. The beat, hear pitch, all of those things before we begin taking instruments on the outside of us and playing. And that's something called audiation, okay? When you internalize either the beat or you internalize the pitch. And maybe we can talk a little bit about audiation too. So as you get older and older, you'll be playing instruments more and more. And you'll be learning about all sorts of different cultures around the world and the way people do music in unique ways in their country, but also the common thread of who we are as human beings and the common humanity that we have between all of us. And in that way, music really, really brings us together. It celebrates the diversity, but it also celebrates the unity. And I love music for that reason. The next thing I want to go over very quickly is safety procedures. Now, you will notice over here, we have an exit door. And this would be the door that we go through for a fire drill. Now, we have other drills, emergency drills that we'll be going over as the year goes on, but that is the one that we will use to get outside for a fire drill, and then we'll walk to the bus parking lot in a single file line quickly. Okay, and we take emergency drills very, very seriously because if we practice them well, we'll do them really well and keep everybody safe. And that's job number one for sure. Everyone should be safe. So we've got the other drills are lockdown drills and fire drills. And again, we can go over all the, or tornado drills, and we can go over all the details of that with Mr. B live in class. Now we have something also guidelines and rules in the class. Now, I could name, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. But what I want to do instead is I want to, and I don't know if this is going to be backwards writing for you, but we have the words attitude, thought, and behavior. Now, a lot of times when people are talking about the rules of the class, they just focus on behavior, do this or don't do that. But I like to go a couple levels deeper into attitude. And again, Mr. B can pause here maybe and talk about respectful, kind, helpful, honest, brave, and selfless, why those are the attitudes that we absolutely need to have in music class. And what those attitudes do in terms of creating a thought. It makes us think a certain way. If we have a respectful attitude, we are thinking about how we can honor our classmates or our teacher, and so forth. And we'll discuss that in class. Now, the rules, if you wind up following the rules, everything great will happen. We'll be able to get to all of our fun activities and games. We'll even get maybe at the end of class, a falcon feather, and that's a really nice incentive to have. But we could also get other fun things like your favorite instruments or your favorite activity or game or something like that. Or maybe even the dancing disco lights. What? That would be really fun. Okay, so there's a lot of reasons to make good choices. Now, there are consequences. if you don't make good choices. I'm not going to sit there and yell at you or anything like that. If I've reminded you several times and you decide not to change your behavior, I will likely be calling home and gather people around us to make a team that will help you make good decisions. Your parents care about you. The teachers at the school care about you. The administrators care about you. And we're all on this team of helping you become the best version of you that you can be, making really, really good choices. And we're all on the same side there. And if you're not making good choices, we'll get you on our side and we'll help you out. But we're here to help you. We're not, to punish and all that kind of stuff, all right? So make good choices and we'll have a really, really great time in class. Let's see. Oh, there is information on Canvas that Mr. B is also going to be sharing with you. And, Canvas has got the Bitmoji that leads to great websites and all sorts of other information about music class and enriching information too. If you want to, find a website for music games, that's on my Canvas. Links to that are on my Canvas Bitmoji. So I'll show you about that as well. Now, one of the biggest events of the year, and this is really just for 4th and 5th graders, 6th, 7th, and 8th as well, is the musical. Now, it's very, very awesome that we are doing this year The Lion King. So we hope that you decide to join the musical and or at least try out for it. Everyone who tries out for it doesn't necessarily get in. We can only take about 35 or 40 kids, but I highly encourage you to try out. I think it's a great thing for kids to try out, even if they don't wind up getting in, because they can get involved in other ways. You can help do backstage work, or maybe run some tech with us, or do ushering, or there are lots of different ways that you can be part of the team, because it really does take a lot of people to put on a big production. But if you saw Annie last year, Lion King is going to be, dare I say, probably even bigger and better. I'm really excited about it. It's a great show. Well, listen, that's about all for now. I'm sure Mr. B has a lot to say. So signing off, welcome to Music 22-23. Bye-bye.